Hi, thank you for joining me. We are going to do words with the letter L in ASL. And the first one is label. So you make an H with your right hand and hold your left hand up. And then you just go right across the left hand label. In lady is girl across the side of your chin. And then with your right thumb to your chest. Just girl, and that's lady. And for laid up, like being sick and stuff like that, it'll be with your middle finger, one to your forehead, and like to your stomach is for sick. And then the letter V, the back side is back. Sick, and then back. And for lake, excuse me, it's water. And then with an L, you just do an area, like the shape of a lake, maybe. And then for lamp, with your middle finger, you touch your chin, like that, and then like a light. So, lamp. And then for dirt, it's, for land, I'm sorry, getting them backwards. For land, it's dirt. And then district, which is showing like a flat area. And language is the letter L, but flat. And then you shake it as you go out. Language. And laptop computer is with your flat hand down and the other on top, you lift it like you're opening a computer. And then computer is from the shoulder, C with your right hand, from the shoulder and down. So it's like laptop, computer. And then large is the letter L again, but wide, a broad, but you don't shake it like with language. It's just big. And then last is with your right pointer finger to the pinky is last, because there's first and last. And for last week, like a week in the past, obviously, you take your pointer finger up to your flat left hand, and then you brush forward and around and back. So a week ago, or even last week, same thing. And for last year, and this is kind of different than what you would probably think. It's the letter S, kind of swirled, and then past. So it's like year past. Then late with your right hand, and just like a couple repeated, like waving it down. And laugh is to laugh, kind of like a smile, and or even like this with your hands curved though is laugh, because if you keep it flat and do like this, it's a gator. So curling your fingers and doing that is laugh also. Law with your left hand flat and the letter L on your right hand and against your left hand, the law. And then layer, like you're layering clothes, anything that's going to be a layer. Your left hand flat and the right hand on top, but then you keep doing it, layering. Let's see here. And for lazy, it's the right L against the left shoulder. Lazy. Then lead, which we have done this several times in the video, in the music signing videos. Your right hand is sideways, and then it's like the left hand is leading, and that's lead. And then leaf with your pointer finger against your left hand on the bottom, on the palm, and then like a sway with the left hand, that's leaf. Kind of like it's falling. In leek, you do like a circle with your left hand, and then with your fingers, just like something coming down, a leek. In learn, like learning in school or learning anything, your left hand is flat, and then with your right hand, I'll get my words in a minute, like you're pulling something up, but you pull it to your forehead, you've learned. Learn music. Or learn ASL. And to leave, you have your hands open like this, and then you pull back, is to leave. And then left, you take, of course, your left hand and direct it this way, because you're saying you're going left, which is probably kind of obvious. And if you're saying left turn, you'll do it in more of a twist of the wrist on the left hand, because you're doing a churn, a left churn. But if you're just going left, it's just out. And then leg, obviously, just point to your leg, or tap your, well, tapping the leg and then snapping is calling a dog, but I guess you could just tap your leg to mean leg. Okay, in lemon, you make an L with your right hand and the thumb to the cheek, and then the right pointer finger down, lemon. Okay, you make a, for lend, you make a V with both fingers on each hand, and then they cross, lend. Then less is just less. You know, you bring, you keep them flat like this, but one under the other, and less. Okay, and you're saying let's see. You make a V with your right hand, point the middle finger to the corner of your eye, and you're also, that's saying looking, but it's also meaning let's see. And then liberty is you make an L with both hands and cross. Kind of like with saying save, you make an S and like that. Well, you do the same with the L and then cross. Then lid, you hold your left hand in a circle, flat right hand, and then on top, just like a lid would be. Then lie with your right hand. It's just across the bottom of the chin. Lie, so you don't lie. And to lie down, you make a V with your right hand and left hand flat, and turn to the back, and you lie down. Then light, of course, is like we talked about, light, or it's like this also, light, depending on the context of what you're talking about. Usually doing like this and like that, it's more like a lamp light, but then like a bright light is like a shine, is where you do that sign. Then like, you take your middle finger and your thumb to your chest and out, like. And this like, as in the same, like you can relate to someone, stuff like that. You make a Y, this is how you do Y, but flat, and you're doing like this. Same. Or if you're just talking about something else, meaning that's like or the same, you still make the Y, but you do sideways. They're the same. Or either you relate, kind of thing. Hope I'm not confusing. And then for lime, you have to finger spell lime, so it's L-I-M-E. Then line, as drawing a line, stuff like that, you take your pinky of both hands, bring them together, and then out. That's your line. And line up, or to align, stuff like that, you make like a 4 with both hands, and then put them align with each other and bring it back, your left hand back, because you're aligned. Then lion, with your right hand, you like curl your fingers and across the top of your head and down, like a mane, a lion's mane. It's lion. Then lip, of course, you just tap on your lips. Then lipstick, you kind of curl your pointer finger and just make a movement like you're putting on lipstick. And then list, or as a record, you have a record of things, stuff like that. You put up your left hand, and then with your right hand sideways, you point to the top and then bottom, like there's a list of things. And then listen, you curl your pointer fingers and your thumb up to your ear and listen. Let's see. Little, as in small, is just you bring your hands close together, but with a little space in the middle because it's little. And little, as in short, you just take your right hand and then down. That's also for children as well because they're short. So that's little also. All right. Live, you take your L, both hands, and then you turn them and back up. Live, which we do a lot in the songs as well. In living room is you take the thumb of your right hand, kind of rotate a little, which is fancy, and then room, which means living room. So it's a fancy room. And then loaf, with both hands, you just bend your fingers and out. Because like a loaf of bread is long and kind of square. Then lobster, with both of your hands, with your 2 fingers and thumb, you just bring them together like that. Like their claws is what that is. Let's see. And loiter, it'll be the L to your left shoulder for lazy, and then dangling. So lazy and the dangling is loiter. And lollipop, which is kind of common sense. You just this is also for ice cream, so you gotta think of the context and what you're talking about for lollipop, or like you're licking it and stuff like that. And lonely is you take your pointer finger to your mouth, but down, lonely. But it kind of repetitive a little bit, lonely. Long, which we've done this before, it's like the length of your arm because it's long. And you just, yeah, like a long time. And long ago is just with your 5 right hand and then back, like long. Sometimes you can even go like this, like long ago. And then look at, with your flat left hand and your 2 fingers, and like you're just reading over, looking at. And look back, of course, is your 2 fingers looking back. And to browse, or look over, browse, is also your hand flat, and with your thumb, like you're turning the pages or something. You're looking over, checking stuff. And look up is look up with your 2 fingers. And then loop, you make like an S shape, but then your right pointer finger, and like it's a knot, a loop. And then to lose, like without something, your fingers come together and out, like you're dropping, but it's lose as well. Then loud, like a loud noise and stuff, your right thumb to your ear. You don't have to put it in your ear, but just to your ear and out is loud. Then love, of course. There's 2 ways. You can just do the arms across, or like this. Your thumb, your pointer finger, and your pinky. You say love. And low. In luck, like good luck, but is also a sign for favor. And that's the middle finger to your chin, favor. And lunch is eat, and noon. You just put the right hand on the left hand and straight up for noon, and then eat. And then lung, like if you're talking about your lungs, you just take your fingers and then point to where your lungs are. All right. That's all I have for today. Thank you for joining me.